Lord with all your heart, and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct your paths. In other words, the act of entrustment is an act of great confidence. It is to say to someone, I don't know what the future holds. I don't understand everything about what the next moment will bring, or the next moments will bring. I can't understand, and I needn't understand, because I trust you, and I'm putting myself in your hands. And the greatest act of faith is to say to the Lord, Lord, I don't know what my future holds, but I want you to hold me and my future in your hands, because I can trust you. Sometimes in the world today, so many people have pushed God aside. They have refused to place themselves in God's hands because they really don't trust him. They really don't know him. In order to trust, we have to know. How do we come to know the Lord? We spend time with him. We pray. We are incorporated in the spiritual life. We read the scriptures. We live the sacramental life. A lot of people push God's hands away, and they look for confidence and security in all the wrong places. Because when we trust someone, we are asking them to guarantee our security. A lot of people look for security, and they trust their lives to drugs. Security can't provide what we need. Some people look for more and more money, as if money is going to provide security. Some of the richest people are people that are terribly insecure and terribly lonely. Why? Because they're trusting in the wrong thing. Some people think that loneliness will be conquered by a rampant sexual appetite that has no controls on it, often manifested in pornography. That does not offer security. Only God offers the security we need. And so we need to trust in him and not push him away. There's a story told about a doctor by the name of Leon Winters. Dr. Winters lived in Chicago, and he was a skilled neurosurgeon, and one night he was awakened by a phone call from the hospital that said a young man had a serious accident and was in need of his care. And so he immediately got in his car and was driving to the hospital, seeking the shortest route. He went through one of the most troubled areas of Chicago in the middle of the night. He stopped at a stoplight, and suddenly the car door was pulled open. There was a man who took him by the nape of the neck and pulled him out of the car and said, I need your car. Well, the doctor tried to explain, but the man wouldn't hear it, and he jumped into the car. He had a gray hat and a dirty flannel shirt on, this man who pulled the doctor. The doctor did remember that, the hat and the dirty flannel shirt. So the doctor had left his cell phone on the car seat, and so he wandered about 45 minutes till he found a taxi that took him to the hospital. When he got to the hospital, the nurse said, why weren't you here? The father came, and he's beyond himself because you never arrived in time to save his son. He's down in the chapel, the nurse said. And so the doctor went down to the chapel to visit the father. And as he entered the chapel, he looked to the front of the church, and there, huddled before the altar, was the sight of a terribly grief-stricken man. He had a blue hat and an old flannel shirt on. The doctor immediately recognized that this was the man who pulled him from the car. That man, like so many of us, push aside the only hope we have for being saved. God himself wants us to entrust ourselves to him because he alone can save us, not the passing fancies of this world. Only God can save us because that's how we've been created, to entrust ourselves to him and to confidently take his hand and not push him aside or think we can do it ourselves, get in the car and drive on our own and be masters of our own destiny. God himself is the only master of a destiny that's worth achieving. So we come before the Lord as faithful followers, and we listen closely to the words of Proverbs. Trust in the Lord with all your heart, and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct your paths. God bless you.